Hi, I'm James, and welcome back to Mask and Tape Treasures. First and foremost, I'd like you to subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit my Cash App. Hit my Cash App and help a brother out. All right. Today's subject is called Mr. Wrench and Ratchet. Did you really catch it? Yeah, this is about, you know, there's several things that you need to know when you own a vehicle. There's plenty of people out here that own cars that can't even change a tire. They can't even change a battery. They can't even change the oil. Can't even change the spark plugs. Okay? Maybe y'all didn't have a positive role model, or you didn't have a person to teach you these things. I'm here to teach you. Okay? And there's some of you women out here that need to know about this too. But mostly I'm talking to the young men out there. Some women need to know too. Okay? So listen to me. All right. First of all, we're going to go with changing the oil in your vehicle. The oil is the life of your vehicle. If you drive your car, keep driving and driving, and it's tapping, it's making that sound like that, you know you need more oil, or you need to change the oil. Okay? But if you keep driving and keep driving, next thing you know, clunk, and then you out of a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, I'm telling you these things just in case you get into a situation where something should happen while you're out and you can't stop nobody to help you or something like that. This is to get you going so you can get home, okay? So, but if you got money, if you like spending money on car repairs, taking it to a shop and let them jip you out of your money, then go right ahead. All right. First, we go into the oil, okay? It's very simple, okay? But I'm going to show you where to put the oil in first, okay? There's a cap on the top, and it should clearly say oil. Oil. Turn that clockwise. Take the top off, and then pour your oil inside of there, okay? But you got to look at the dipstick, okay? You may can't find the dipstick, but it should say clearly on the top of it, oil, okay? Oil on the top of this stick, and it's shaped like a T. It's like a long piece, and then it's a long little rod on the end of it. Pull that out and look at the where how full it is. If it don't say nothing, you know you're totally out of oil. If it just got a little bit oil on the end of it, when you take it out, wipe it off. Wipe it off, and then stick it back down in there, and then pull it up and check it. Okay? And it should say fill. It should say if it says full, then you don't got nothing to worry about. But if it's down a little bit, it's telling you to add. It'll say add a quart, or add a half a quart, or whatever. Take your quart of oil, open it up, and pour it in that hole. Maybe you just pour half of it in there. Put your top back on there, and then take your top, screw it back on. Okay? Now, changing the oil. You may get in a situation where you haven't changed your oil in some years, 2 or 3 years. When you don't change your oil, the viscosity in your oil dissipates, okay? So after it's gone, it's parts rubbing against each other. And that could cause engine wear. And with engine wear, then your engine could lock up. You don't want that. So you want to change your oil, okay? Jack your car up. Put your jack under there. Make sure it's sturdy. Jack it up. Some of you don't need to jack your car up. Some of your cars are high up. If you got an SUV or something like that, it's up high. You don't have to jack yours up. You can get up under there. Or you can get some ramps and roll your car up on the ramp and then put your parking brake on. Put your emergency brake on. Pull your emergency brake. And do it that way, okay? But if you have to jack, just jack your car up and get up under there, okay? Get up under there. Make sure your jack is on there sturdy. Check your jack 2 times, 2 or 3 times. Make sure you check that to make sure that it won't slip down on you, okay? You get up under there. You're going to need a wrench, okay? A ratchet. The one that say, that they go like that, okay? You're going to need a ratchet. And you're going to need a 3/8 drive socket. 3/8. Stick it on there. Put it up there, and then there's a bolt under your car. And that wrench should fit on that. It's right up under it. It's an oil pan. It's a pan. And the bolt is right there. It should be right near the front, near the front of your vehicle. Get up under there, put it on there, and turn it. Now look, take a drain pan with you. Take a pan or something that you can drain that oil into. Okay? And it's got to be at least about a gallon, okay? Then you're going to reach up, you're going to look up, and it should be orange, white, or black. It's an oil filter. An oil filter. And it looks like it's a cup. It could be the shape of a cup. Like, you need to turn that filter. And watch out, because oil is going to spill out. Turn that filter. If you can't turn it, you're going to need a filter wrench. Any auto parts place has a filter wrench. So it'll be safe for you to get one and have it in your trunk, okay? And get a socket set with all the sockets in there and a ratchet. Get you one of those. Just as a precautionary measures. Get you a socket set. I don't care if you're not going to do work on it. You may need it. Somebody may come by to help you, and they ask you if you have any sockets, and you won't have none. So you need those. You need that, and you need a filter wrench, okay? So after you get that filter off, like I said, it's shaped like a can. Like a can. Like a big can. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Slide your pan under, drop, and let the oil run down in there. After that runs out in there, then you need to go to the drain plug. The drain plug fits a 3/8 drive, a 3/8 socket, okay? You put that 3/8 on there, turn it, and then let the oil drain into the pan. Just let it drain. Just let it drain. Okay, then when it's dripping, let it drip on out. When it stops, then replace your drain plug with your ratchet. Tighten it too. Don't tighten it real tight, but tighten it tight enough, if that makes sense. Tighten it tight, but don't strain to put it back on, okay? Just tighten it. And then you need to put your new filter up there where the other one came from. And it should be a little knob sticking out like this, which the it goes over. Screw it in there, screw it in there, screw it in tight. Tight. You can hand tighten it, or you can put the filter wrench on it and just tighten it one time. After you get all of that up, then you get to go up and put oil in the oil, okay? Take the top off, get your oil and pour it in there. Now, your engine, on your engine, it should tell you how many quarts of oil it takes to fill your car up. So if you don't see it on there, there's a little placard that should be on the front of your car. It's on most cars, mostly all the cars. It's a little placard and it tells you. Now, keep in mind, this placard has a lot of information on there, okay? So it may be dirty and oily. Take your rag and wipe it off. It should tell you how many quarts of oil. Okay, in this case, we're going to say you need 6 quarts of oil. You need to get 6 bottles of the oil or get the 5 quarts. Okay, pour it in. Pour it in, pour it in, pour it in, and until it get to, you know, how many quarts you need. Replace the top. Make sure you put the tops right next to where your oil is, okay? Don't put it in there because it can fall down in the engine compartment and it'll get lost or something. So put the top back on there and then you're good. Okay? Right. So that's it for oil. Next, spark plugs. Spark plugs can go out at any moment before you know it. You could be driving along and then your check engine light flash on and off. When it flashes on and off, that's telling you something. You need to take care of it immediately. Immediately. So if it does that, pull over, pop your hood. Now, you should, depending on if you got an 8, 6, or 4 cylinder, that's how many spark plugs you have, okay? So if you got a 6 cylinder, you should have 6 spark plugs. If you got a 4 cylinder, you should have 4 spark plugs. If you got an 8 cylinder, you should have 8 spark plugs, okay? Any way or another, you need to change your spark plugs, okay? Now, a spark plug is just like that. Right at the bottom of that spark plug, right down here, there's a little L-shaped thing right there. You need to get a spark plug gapper, a gapper. They sell them at any auto parts store, and they're little or nothing, probably $1, maybe. It'll be wise for you to get one of those and put it on your keychain. Just put it on your keychain. That little thing could set your spark plugs to where I know a lot of people say these are pre-gapped. These are pre-gapped. Don't go for that because many people when they pack in their boxes, they accidentally drop it and it could drop on the top and push the little gap part closed. Okay, so you need a gapper. Look on that placard again, on the little placard. Look on that, and it should tell you what to gap your spark plug at. So looking on your gapper, it should have 0.5, 0.10, and on up. Okay, stick it right where it says 0.5 into the little part like this. Stick it in there and then pull it out. Stick it in there, pull it out. So every time you stick it in there, it should open up a little wider. It should open wide enough for that gap to fit in there and slide out. When you stick it in there, slide it out, then you good. Now, Then it's time to change the spark plug. Reach in with one of your spark plug wires, take one of them off. Sometimes you may have to take some pliers or something. Grab it close to the top as you can. Then turn, just turn, and then pull back. It should come off then. Then take your ratchet. Now, there's 2 spark plugs, ratchets, sockets that you can get, okay? One spark plug is 3/8 drive, a 3/8 drive. And then there's a 5/8 drive. So it's going to be a 3/8 or a 5/8, okay? Or a 14 millimeter, okay? Make sure you get those spark plug drives. So make sure you got one of those, okay? Take it down, put it on there, and turn. See, you take the spark plug out, inspect the spark plug, because it could be black, it could have brown or white on there. If it's black, that means you got a misfire, you know. If it's if it's black, it's either oil getting in there or you got a misfire. Okay? White is running hot. It's running hot. So, look, anyway, take that spark plug out, put your new one in, and turn it. Then replace that plug. Then go to the next plug. Never take all your plugs off of there at one time, because you'll mess the firing order up. And then when you put the plugs on, if you put the plugs on the wrong one, it'll never start then. So make sure you take the plugs off one at a time. Take the plug wires off one at a time. Okay? One at a time. Okay, take those off. After you gap the spark plugs and you put them all in there, make sure, go around and check all of your plug wires. Make sure they're all plugged in, and then you should be good. Okay? It's not hard. It's not hard. Now, changing a tire. Look, you should know how to change a tire, but I'm going to tell you just in case you don't know, okay? Now, each tire has 4 to 5 lugs on there, okay? Lugs are the ones that's those screws, those bolts that are on the outside of the tire, okay? Some of them have a little plate on there that's covering it, so you can't see them, okay? In that case, take you a flathead screwdriver, and right in that notch, it should be a notch in there. Stick your screwdriver in and boop, pop that off there. And then you'll see your lugs, okay? Take you a 4-way or the one. You want to stick it on the appropriate one that fits on there, and then you're going to turn. If you can't turn it, if it's on there too tight, you're going to need a breaker bar, or hold the back part and put your foot on the front and step on it. Step on it. If it keeps slipping off, you're going to need a breaker bar. A breaker bar is a piece of pole with the hole in it, about that big, that can slide over your lug wrench, and then you get more leverage like that. And if it don't break, then it'll break off. Okay? It'll break off. It's gonna come off of there. So after you do that, you get all the lugs off. Then take you a jack and jack the car up. Jack it up. Jack it up. Jack it up until that tire go like this, like it's gonna come off. When it go like that, you know it's ready to come off. Grab the tire, pull the tire off. Get your other tire, your spare tire, take it and place it over each hole. 5 holes. So line it up so you can slide it on there. You slide it on there, put your lugs back on. Tighten them up. Make sure you tighten them. Tighten them up. Tighten them. Go all the way around to all 5 of them. Then put your cap on there if you got one that covers it all up. And then you can let your car down. And then you're good. Then, then you are good, But there's several things like changing an alternator, changing your belts, changing your starter. Those things can go out too. But if you really don't know, I would have to be with you, I can't be with you, So you may probably have to get a mechanic to do it. But watch the mechanic. Watch the mechanic. Watch him while he's putting it on. You can learn. You can learn. Or maybe you can go to YouTube or something. But you can do it. When you replace a starter or alternator or your belts on your car, it can be done. It can be done. But those things I told you about, they're a must, that you must learn how to do that. You must learn it. And it's simple too, because I had a father in the household who I looked up to and I watched as he was working on his cars. And I had uncles that worked on their own cars. All my uncles worked on their own cars. Nobody took their car to the shop. So I was fortunate and I watched them and I learned from them. And you can learn from somebody too. A mechanic. Whether you have an alley mechanic to come over to your house and do it, sit there and watch him. Ask him questions. If he don't tell you, then, maybe he just don't want you to make money or something. He think you're going to try to move in on his spot or something like that. But you want to know about your vehicle, okay? So you can learn, okay? Don't think you don't think you're going to have money all the time either, because money comes and money goes. It may catch you at a time, which it usually does. It usually does. It may catch you at a time when you paid all of your bills or something, or you spent a lot of money on something, and then all of a sudden your car acts crazy. Yep. It's a lot of things you can do, like replacing fuses and stuff like that. And, putting another bulb in there. It's people came to me and asked me to replace their bulb for them. I don't work on cars no more, but I still have knowledge of how to fix my car. Whenever something happens to my car, I immediately know what's wrong with it. I've replaced timing belts, timing chains, and all of the above. Transmissions. I've done it all. Now, last but not least, replacing a battery. Look, a battery is easy. You're going to take a wrench and untighten your battery post. Okay? You're going to remove the negative and the positive. The positive is represented by red. But some batteries don't have red on it, but most of them have it colored, red and black. Remove both of those. And on the battery, it should have a plus and a negative. Okay? The plus is for the hot. The plus is for the hot. That's red. The negative is for the black wire. Remember those things, you can't go wrong. Okay? Remove those from the top of the battery. Okay? Lift your battery out of the car. But it may be a screw way down in there that's holding the battery. That's a precaution so the battery won't slide over when you're driving and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to take that off. So you're gonna have to take a wrench and get that off. Get that off, then grab it by the handle, and lift your battery out of your vehicle. Then put your new battery down in there. Sit it down in there. Put the red on the plus. It should have a plus right there. Look on the top of your battery. It should be a plus. And it should be a negative. Just a little dash. Put this on there. Put it on the plus, the red. Put the black on the negative. Tighten them up. Tighten them up. After you tighten them up, you shouldn't have no problem. It should start. You know. Yep. So look. Don't sit there and don't want to learn something about your car. You know, learn how to change your spark plugs, or learn how to change your oil. Learn how to change your battery. Learn how to change your tire. Those things right there are the basics of a car. That is mostly what goes out first. Okay? Now, that's it. Now, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. Hit that bell notification. Hit the bell notification so that you know every time I drop a video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with someone. Just let them know. Say, hey, this brother, he makes some nice videos. And so some of them are informative, some of them are funny, you know. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Peace. Adios. Salamat. Chair dance.